I might be live already. I'm like, I don't know. I might be live already. If I am, people are watching me figure this out. Let's see. Oh, yes, I'm live. Hello, friends. Let me see if I can see myself here. Hey, everybody. Say hey as you're hopping on. Happy Sunday. It's a Sunday night at 7 o'clock. So this is so not normal for me to be live. But say, hey, Courtney. Okay, so I am hopping on at a time I normally don't hop on. I didn't give any warning. It's a time change here, so I'm all messed up. But a lot of things have been coming up lately in my inbox and in my messages, and I'm getting phone calls and text messages. So I just wanted to come on here and address it. Oh gosh, my hair, you can tell it's a Sunday. I just wanted to come on here and address some of those things. Stu is with me, but he is being an amazing husband and he's cooking dinner right now. So I'm not going to complain that he's not on the screen, right? You can say hi to the people, babe. Yell hi.
What's up?
See, he is here. But our inboxes have been on fire lately. Of course, everybody saw my story. Don't mind the birthday balloons here. It was Anthony's birthday, mine tomorrow. So we're leaving them up. So you all saw my story. A box arrived and I said, it's party time, right? And everybody's like, girl, what is going on? What are you doing? All the things. So I just had to come on here and I had to just speak my truth a little bit. So I'm going to drop some truth bombs on some people tonight. But one of the questions that I get, and I have my phone here in case, because I don't want to miss any comments and I'm missing them already. Hey guys, hey Savannah, hey Court, hey Kiani. Okay, so the big question that I get all the time is why? Why MLM? Why network marketing? Why do you do what you do? Why not, do something different? Why not get a 9-to-5? All the things, right? And my truth is this: I do not knock a 9-to-5. I do not knock the corporate world. I believe that you need to do what you feel aligned inside of you to do. So I wanted to share a little bit of a backstory. I'm going to keep this short because if y'all know me, I am a Scorpio and I'm the one in the chat that writes a book and everything else. I could talk forever. I tell a story with my hands. I don't miss the detail. So I'm going to try to condense it down. And if you're in network marketing, if you have ever been in network marketing or direct sales, affiliate marketing, whatever the heck you want to call it, just drop me a one. Let me know. You can even let me know what your first company was, because that's what I'm going to talk to y'all about tonight. So my story behind this that I tell everybody is this industry is legitimately in my blood. It's like in my upbringing, right? So I know so many of you are about to relate with this. And please tell me in the comments, leave it too. If your mom or you, whatever, I'm not judging, but for me, it was my mom, brought home all the Avon books from work, owned every Longaberger basket imaginable, right? We had them hanging on the walls. They were inside the doors. They were in the bathrooms. They were in the bedrooms. They were in the attic, and Tupperware, right? Tupperware, Longaberger, all the things, right? Literally, since I was a kid, I was like, what is this thing? She's like, oh, we're having a party. Oh, we're going to a party. And I'm like, okay, whatever. She likes it. She's having fun. Her girls are having fun. I'm like, you do you, mama, So since I was younger, this was a thing. I really didn't know what it was, but I always saw it. I always knew, these ladies, they get together, they have fun. I'm not knocking their hustle, right? So as most of you know, if you don't know, I will tell you, Stu and I had our daughter in high school. I was 16. I turned 17 and had her a month later. So I was 17 when she was born. I was in school full time. He was still in school, right? And we also had to work. And if you all had babies, that's not enough money. I saved all the money that I could during my pregnancy. I worked at CVS, a little pharmacy, and I worked in the photo department. And I saved up all this money while I was in school full time, and I was working at CVS after work full time while I was pregnant, miserable at 16, right? And I learned at a very young age that I'm not a good rule follower. I like to do things on my own time and make my own rules and make my own schedule. And I wanted to be at home with this new baby, right? So I don't even know how it came up. I, to this day, cannot tell you who this woman was, how I met her. I honestly have no idea. I think it was my teacher that like recommended it. And I joined my very first direct sales company when I was 17 with a newborn baby. And I will never forget it. I literally was sitting on my dad's couch with like covered in baby spit up, crying baby because she was colic. I probably was in the same clothes for days, right? Because I'm a new mom with a newborn baby. And this lady is sitting on my couch next to me telling me all about this amazing opportunity. And at the time, I'm like, just tell me how I can make money. I need diapers, I need formula, I need all the things, and I don't have it right now. So tell me what I need to do. So who you tell me, put a 3 in the comments if you know this. The company was called Mark. And it was, I think it was through Avon, and it was like the teenage version of Avon, but it was Mark. So like instead of a $12 lipstick or lip gloss, it was like $2.99 because 17-year-olds can't afford a $12.99 lipstick, right? So it was like the teenage or kids version of Avon. And I was like, listen, if you say it works, I'm all in. I need to be able to do this. My friends can't afford expensive things, you know, whatever. So for me, that was my first company. I was 17 years old. I didn't even know you could own a business at 17 years old. Apparently you can. And now there's all these companies out there that let kids join as young as like 14, right? So that was my first company, my first experience. And I was like, these people are like texting me, checking in on me. And I'm like, they don't even know me. And they care about how I'm doing. They're asking about my baby. They're putting these donation drives together to bring over like clothes for her and things like that from their churches. And I was like, these are women that I don't even know. Where are they coming from? You know? And still to this day, like God bless them, I still have no idea who those women were. I mean, it was such a short-lived thing for me at 17. I was just trying to find my way. I had no idea, you know, what I was doing. Like I said, I was in school, I was working, and I was trying to do this with a newborn baby at 17 years old. So that was very short-lived. I would say maybe 2 to 3 months. For the most part, it became like an addiction for me because I loved all the things and I was buying them. And then I was like, this isn't going the way it meant to go. I ended up buying more than I was selling, right? Because at 17, it's hard. You know, my friends weren't looking, they were trying to help me, but they weren't looking for a business. They weren't looking to do this. I had a need for it, but they didn't. So back to work I went. I was working full-time. And a couple of years had gone by, and, you know, I was tired. And I told Stu, I was like, I want to be home, you know? So blessed for the husband that I have. I need to shout him out, even though he's right here. He's turning around like, what? So blessed for the husband that I have, because anything I've ever wanted to do, he was like, babe, get at it. Do it. I don't care. I support you. I love you. I want you to be happy. So when I said, okay, well, I'm quitting my full-time job, so our income's being cut in half because I want to be at home with the kids, he was like, okay, all right, we're doing this. And I'm like, we're doing this. And he's standing right here, and he will tell you, his face is like, he will tell you, if you give me an out, if you open the door, I'm jumping through it, right? So I was like, screw a 2 weeks notice. You said I could quit. I'm done. Right. So I was like, hey, by the way, I'm not coming back. That's how I left the job. Okay. Reminded, we're still a little young here. Okay. I would do things a little more professional now. But at the time I was like, I'm out of here. I got these kids at home. I'm miserable here. They're taking advantage of me, because I will tell you one thing about me is that whatever I do, I go hard. I go all in. Right. So if I was working in a bank, and I was like, I could have ran the place, right? I did the ATM. I led the teller line. I did all the things, right? I got a job at a high school, at a college. I could do the things in my sleep. I do pride myself in the fact that I work so hard at everything that I do. So when I came home, it was a blessing for me to be able to be home with my kids, but I was like, this isn't me. Like, I'm a worker, right? I like to work. I like to make money. I like to provide for myself, but I also like to feel like what I'm doing has purpose. Like I love taking care of my babies and I love being at the school, but now I have some free time on my hands. You know, Anthony was in preschool, Ariana was in school, in regular elementary school, they're into sports. So I meet this girl and she is sitting on the bleachers next to me and she's showing everybody a catalog. And I'm like, oh, what's that? And it was like one of the food things, home parties. And she's like, well, I'm doing a catalog party. And anybody who purchases, you know, gets entered to win all the hostess credits. And I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, well, will you look? Because I'm super close. And I was like, sure, because that's always me. I support everybody. Now, don't blow up my inbox. But if you're my friend and you tell me you're opening a business, you have a business, you're in an online business, I'm like, shoot me your link, girl. Let me help you. That's just the way that I am because I understand the need. I understand, you know, when I was 17 and I needed that, I understood that that was how I was providing for my babies. So what these women are doing, it's for a reason. It's for a purpose. There is a need, right? But there's another side of that. And that's something that I learned over time. So to me, why network marketing is not just because I like to make my own rules and I like the flexibility and all the things, right? But it's also because remember the story I told about these text messages I was getting at 17 years old from women I had never met in real life before. They were collecting donations to send to this young teen mom that they heard about that just joined the team, right? And immediately took me in as their family. And, you know, I think sometimes it's a piece that a lot of people miss. You know, think about when you go to college and you join like a sorority, right? Or a fraternity. You're joining for that community, that sisterhood or that brotherhood. And that truly is what network marketing always has been for me, or direct sales, MLM, whatever the heck you want to call it. I've had so much fun through the years meeting so many people and building up a community of men and women that not only uplift me, but that I get to uplift them. And I've done different things. I've been in this industry, well, since I was 17, but working it like really hard and really building teams. And, you know, I've been in the top 25 in the nation and I've been in the top sales and I've been on the presidential committees at corporate. And, you know, I've sat in on all the mastermind and roundtables and it's been a blessing to be a part of all of those things for sure. But to me, it's also the transformations in people's lives that I have had the chance to witness. So back then I was like, heck yeah, girl, let me help you out. Give me your book. And I'm like, I don't know, $8 for a seasoning. That seems a little much, but I'm like, all right, sure. Sign me up, right? Here I am. But aside on the dotted line, I just spent $100 on seasoning. But the worker in me, the provider in me was like, wait, so you literally just took this book to softball and you just sold like $800 as we sat here while the girls warmed up for a game. And I was like, I can do that. Like, I literally can bring a catalog in my purse to sit on the bleachers and do this. So I immediately thought of the opportunity for myself, right? So I joined this in and I went at it for a couple of years. I did home parties. You know, I would go to every local team meeting. I got on every event. I went to every convention because remember what I said, everything I do, I go hard. I go all in. So I was at all the things. I was at everything, right? And I built up this community. And, you know, one thing that I can say is that in all the years, it's been 12 years now, I think. In all those years, I have remained friends with people in every company that I've been with. Every home party that I have attended or hosted and connected with their guests, their families, their friends, they became like my family and friends, right? And so as I, you know, built up these friendships and these relationships, I've learned so much about people. You know, I know what people are doing. I know where their kids are going to college. You know, I know when they're becoming grandmas and when they're, you know, when they're having babies of their own. And it's just been such a blessing to build up that community. So a lot of people have been asking me recently, if you know, you know, why would I choose network marketing or MLM over just a direct like sales program, like just sales, right? Because although this started out for me about the money, it's not just what this is for me anymore. You know, network marketing, yes, allows me to provide for my family. And again, I go hard, right? So of course, I want to go all in. I want to work hard and I want to be successful. And that's how it allows me to travel. That's how these things allow me to, you know, drive the car of my dreams and renovate my home. And for those of you who don't know, when my dad passed 3 years ago, we had the blessing of moving into my childhood home and me being able to raise my family here. But if you knew my dad didn't change anything. They bought the house in the 70s or the 80s, and he never changed a thing. So it did cost money to, you know, renovate and paint and change the flooring and the countertops and make it look like a home in 2021. So, you know, that's the things that network marketing has allowed me to do, you know, to be able to continue on my father's legacy and start building one of my own with my kids, with my husband, in my own home, with my family, you know. And then I get to see, and this is where I get emotional. Then I get to see what it has done for other families. And if you ask me to name off the top of my head, there's so many, but there's a few that just always stick out to me through the years that truly, you know, came into my life a couple of years ago, and we've grown so much together, seeing their lives change and transform in ways that they never imagined, I never imagined. And just knowing that I got to, sorry, Stu is cooking, so all the pots and pan thing banging in the background, not me. But, you know, all of the changes and transformations that I got to witness and to be a part of. And it's so funny. I don't know if she's on here. If she is, I'm totally calling her out right now, but Morgan's on here. And we were just laughing the other day. Morgan is one of the, you know, highest leaders in my team. And when we first met, I was like just hitting one of the first ranks of one of my previous companies. She found me on Instagram, and I was horrible on Instagram, never on Instagram. And she messaged me, and it was like 2 months later that I got back to her. And it was just like divine intervention that the two of us came together, because if it were up to me on Instagram, it never would have happened, right? And she was like, good thing I held out for you, you know? She actually told me that in the beginning, she's like, girl, she's like, I thought you were sadistic. She's like, you made me do things. I thought you hated me. Like, are you crazy? And we were just laughing, because I remember the first time I was like, girl, I just called to this person. You're going to get on the corporate update. And she's like, I'm sorry, you did what? And I'm like, you're going to get on the corporate update and you're going to talk. And she's like, girl, I don't talk. And I'm like, yes, you do. And now you can't stop her. Now this girl is running Power 30s and masterminds every single day of the week with our team, right? And this is a girl who just a couple years ago was like, I swear this girl wants to see me fail. Like, she's just trying to embarrass me. What do you mean? She puts me on the corporate update. I don't do corporate updates, right? And she was like freaking out. And now we laugh about this because it's something that she felt empowered and she felt uplifted after the fact. And the time she told me she thought I was sadistic, her words, and she will never live this down. These are her words. She thought I was sadistic. So, you know, just being able to do these things that stretch me and help me expand, and just be a demonstration for others who could never see themselves in this space, never see themselves able to do these things, and to just be a demonstration of that, of what's possible. You know, as you all know, I wrote my book and it's all about soul alignment. And to me, we don't get to dig into that and truly live in our purpose and live in alignment until we clear out the blocks. And the blocks are fear. The blocks are anxiety. The blocks are the, I could never do what you do. I will never go live. What do you mean I'm getting on a corporate update? Girl, I don't talk on corporate updates, right? These are the things that pile on like layers and layers and layers, hiding what's trying to be birthed through us, what's trying to come out through us. And this is what it's all about in my book. However, don't get it twisted. There's hard times. There are times when you feel like, why am I even doing this? There are times as a leader that you feel like the weight of the world is on you and you have to make a decision for thousands of people. And it's like, this can go either way. And it's all on me, right? So the type of leader that I am, my team will tell you if they're on here, the type of leader that I am is I try not to make a decision without my people. I will always, try to collaborate and come together, and I take their feedback. I ask them how they feel. Even when I'm working directly with corporate, I will talk to my team before I give input, because to me, this isn't just about me. I can be a certain rank, but I can't be that rank alone, right? And you can put a number on me, but that number is a combination of every single person who has joined my online family, and some of them even local, right? And I have made some of my best friends in this industry. And to me, you see a lot of times in this industry, people will say people over profits. And to me, you can post it, but I feel it's more what you demonstrate. We watched an inspirational talk last weekend, I think it was now, about walking your talk. The girl who wrote Beautifully Brave Women, or I could be butchering up the title, but Sarah Pendrick, and she said, you walk your talk. So it's easy to post a quote. It's easy to go to Google and find a beautiful inspirational meme and throw it out there on the internet. But what builds you as a human, as a leader in this industry or anywhere in life, is truly embodying what you're speaking, what you're teaching, right? So for me, I've written books. I run coaching programs. I facilitate groups of women that look to me for, spiritual, business, and life advice. And if I'm not embodying what I'm speaking, then I'm not in alignment. I'm not truly living my soul's purpose here. So for me, you don't see me react on Facebook. You don't get reactions from me that are emotionally fueled. You will see me face back. You'll see me go dark for a couple days while I breathe and I meditate and I pray on this. And then I come out like a phoenix rising from the ashes, because that's truly what I believe is possible for every single person. That's not to sit on here and, brag on myself, right? Because we are all capable of that, but it's a choice. So for me, I always choose to, take a step back and reflect on what's happening around me and realize that I have a choice. And don't get me wrong, there have been times in the past where I have thought, is network marketing or MLM or direct set, whatever the heck you want to put a name on it, is it the right choice for me? There's been times where, and you all know my love for Nicole, my mentor. There's been times for her when I called her and I'm like, give me an exit strategy. Now I can't do this anymore. And she's like, okay. So I had to learn that life doesn't have to be this or that. Life can be this and that, right? So while we're living out our passions and being a mom and raising our families and working a full-time job, or for me, building up a coaching program, and, I have huge dreams of what I want to do right here where I live, and opening up a physical location where I can bring people together. More on that to come. But for right now, that's all you get. But I have big dreams, right? And this industry has allowed me to build up my family and friends that support me and uplift me, that pour into me, and I get to pour back into them, and I get to uplift and empower them. And these people have become like family to me. And the cool thing about it is, even if we've never been in the same company, I have met some of the most incredible men and women in this industry that are just in other companies. I have a couple of friends that I won't call them out by name, but if they hear this, they'll know who they are, who have reached out to me several times in Messenger and never once tried to recruit me, never once tried to say, oh, my comp plan is better than yours. Nothing, because that's not how you do things as a leader in this industry. You just build relationships. If people want to be a part of what you have to offer, they will come. But I do honestly believe that when they come, it speaks very loudly and very powerfully as a testament to who you are as a person, as a leader, as a person in your community, your online community. Everything truly to me is about energy. So why I love network marketing is because I get to just exchange this energy with the right people who flow into my life. I get to watch their lives change and I get to be a part of it. But with those life changes, my life changes too. So If you're asking me why network marketing or why MLM is so much more impactful for me, for my purpose, my alignment, is for all of these reasons here. I have been a witness to this type of industry helping, providing, and transforming people's lives from the time I was a little kid. I got to watch women come together and have fun. I got to watch my mom support other women in business that were trying to provide for their families. And I understood why she did it. It was just something that was programmed into me from when I was a child, is that women support women. Women build each other up. You support local businesses. You support your friends and family. You love on your friends and family. These are things that I learned as a child. And as I grew up and evolved, not only as a woman and a mom and a person in my community and a human, I was able to evolve as a leader. I support people in more ways than just shopping from their link, right? I support people in more ways than just saying, yes, girl, beautiful. I have true, authentic conversations with people. So this industry has done so much more for me than just write me a paycheck. The paycheck is nice, and I am beyond grateful for that, right? But if you're asking me why network marketing and why MLM, it's because, yes, the opportunity for income, there is no glass ceiling to shatter. It doesn't exist in this industry. What you put into it is what you get. So you get to decide what that looks like for you, right? That's just the financial side. You also get to decide what this transformation in your life is going to look like for you. Are you ready to grow? Are you ready to expand? Are you ready to take your whole life to the next level? Because I have seen people who did not make a ton of money in this industry completely change as a person, their self-confidence, their self-worth. They create healthy boundaries. They've improved their marriages. They've learned things about how to be a better parent. There's been so many things. They've been able to speak. And because they got comfortable speaking in a team or a group setting, they feel more empowered to go out and become motivational speakers. People who never would even go live on Facebook or turn their camera on in a team Zoom or a Zoom meeting, right, are now going out and speaking on stages and presenting trainings in corporate settings to thousands of people. And it's because of this industry, because as a community, we came together and we gave them the platform, we gave them the tools, and we gave them the power, the support to push themselves outside of their comfort zone and learn what kind of magic exists out there. So again, if you ask me why I'm going to choose network marketing or MLM or whatever the heck you want to call this over and over and over again, this is why. Because it doesn't just change my life, it literally changed the lives of every single person that's in it. So if you saw my story, big things are rolling in hot right now. The energy is high. The energy, literally, I can't even put a word to the energy that we're in right now. Momentum, forget it. Momentum is not even a word to describe what's happening right now. I mean, insane things happening, records breaking, and we're ready to evolve. We're ready to evolve and level up. So if you want to know more about it, of course, hit me up. My inbox, like I said, my inbox, like I said, is exploding. So I am getting back to all of the messages. Stu's like doing a little explosion dance. I wish you all could see him. Yell for the people, babe.
What up?
He is here, I promise, but he is busy. Are you going to sneak in? You can sneak in.
I say, what up? What's up?
Who likes his beard? Everybody like the winter beard?
Some hair going on.
And the hair, we gotta show the hair too. Well, guys, I just wanted to hop on here really quickly. Oh, thank you for coming on. He's cooking me dinner because if you know, I'm a Scorpio, like I said. So my birthday started in the beginning of Scorpio season and it runs to the end. But November is like, forget it. This is my month. I wear my little crown. I sit on a chair with balloons. Because I deserve that, and so do you. Yes, so you do, go girl. Get your crown, go get your balloons, go find you what lights your soul on fire, and go have fun. You guys, if you are not having fun in what you're doing, change what you're doing. Life is meant to be lived, so go live it up. All right, you guys, I will talk to everybody soon. I hope you have an amazing week. I love you guys.